Seeing the bullet comments say it end up in the sewers, I immediately switched to a frugal persona. I had snagged the most refined in jade like gentleman of Zhang City, Lu Yanxi, and given birth to the infamous genius, but foul tempered little demon, Lu Xingyi. Our married life was one of sheer indulgence, comfortable, blissful, and utterly unrestrained. I never bothered with the pretense of warmth. I treated my drop dead gorgeous billionaire husband like an on demand unlimited personal ATM, and his brilliant, intimidating son like a human accessory I could parade around to show off. Life was simple, happy, flashy, and glorious. My greatest joy was watching Lu Yanxi, who controls a commercial empire worth hundreds of billions, wear a helpless, doting smile as he let me swipe his black card without limits, catering to my every shopping whim. I also reveled in the sight of my short-tempered, explosive son Lu Xingyi, fuming with rage yet obediently trailing behind me, carrying 7 or 8 heavy luxury bags without daring a single complaint. I thought this life of wealth, leisure, status, and looks would last until I was old. I'd spend my days in silks and satins basking in the spotlight forever. That was until today, while I was trying on a multi-million-dollar pink diamond necklace at the boutique, and rows of icy bullet comments suddenly drifted across my vision, shattering my perfect dream. The countdown to the gold mine is digging. Vicious female side character's exit has begun. The pure female lead officially starts her job at the male lead's company today, and personally baked sugar free, low fat cookies for the hot tempered young master. The redemption arc is officially underway. She spends the male lead's hot earn money all day, treats her genius son like a heartless tool for showing off. She's selfish, vulgar, and materialistic. Thankfully, the father and son have long since had enough of her. Once the father and son are moved by the female lad's purity and simplicity, they'll freeze all her cards, take back the mansions and luxury goods, and kick her out with nothing. Just imagining this gold digging socialite going bankrupt, living on the streets, fighting straight odds over empty plastic bottles, and finally falling into a filthy sewer to drown it fills me with such satisfaction. My back went cold, and I shuddered violently. My fingertips were weak, and the multi-million-dollar pink diamond necklace I had just clasped around my neck slipped with a dull thud, crashing onto the soft carpet. Lu Yanxi, who had been kneeling before me with a gentle, indulgent smile, carefully adjusting the clasp of my necklace. Beside him, my son Lu Xingyi, wearing a scowl but still dutifully holding 7 or 8 Hermes boxes. Both froze simultaneously. Their 2 devastatingly handsome faces turned to me in synchronized confusion. My heart raced wildly as I forced down my panic, stammering in a fluster. And no, I don't want to wear it anymore. Take all these necklaces and bags back. Lu Xingyi, with his wild little curly hair and peach blossom eyes blazing with a mix of innate violence and utter bewilderment, instantly lost his temper. Addressing me by my full name as if I were a stranger, he exploded like a firecracker. Zhang Nian, are you out of your mind? He glared at me, bouncing on his heels in frustration, looking ready to combust you Crichton through a 3-day antrim, refusing to eat or drink just to get this necklace. Now that you have it, you don't want to wear it. Did you set your sights on that $100-million custom diamond in the next case and want a new one? I'm telling you, I don't agree. Embarrassed, I pushed the necklace away and forced a gentle expression. No, Mommy isn't spending money recklessly anymore. I suddenly think diamonds are gaudy and tacky, not pretty at all. Put down those bags, they're heavy. Aren't your hands tired? I swallowed nervously and looked at Lu Yanxi, who was still kneeling. Softening my voice, I said, "You get up too. Don't serve me, it's too much trouble." Unlike the explosive, transparent Lu Xingyi, Lu Yanxi's expression management was flawless. Wearing a bespoke, hand-tailored shirt and framed by gold-rim glasses, his eyes were as gentle as water. His demeanor noble and aloof, Perhaps accustomed to my whimsical, dramatic nature, he didn't question it. He calmly picked up the fallen necklace, the corners of his lips still curved in a doting smile. Does Naya not like this style? Then we won't wear it, no pressure. Is the cut unsatisfactory? Or is the stone too heavy on your neck? You'll have the designer customize a new one overnight. Before I could reply, the bullet comments started scrolling wildly again, each one piercing my heart. Surface gentle tolerance, inner cold calculation. The male-led smile as I minus cold. He's already plotting his revenge and how to ditch her. Wanting a billionaire heir Neil to put on jewelry, making a genius young master carry bags like a slave. Does she really think these father and son are her personal servants? She's about to pay the price. The more he indulges her now, the more viciously he'll retaliate later. Just wait for her miserable downfall. I stood frozen, a chill sinking into my bones as I faced reality. I wasn't a winner in life, I was the vicious, gold-digging female side character in a redemption novel, destined for a tragic end. The warm, doting husband Liu Yanxi was the core male lead, and the foul-minded imper genius son Lu Xingyi was the highly anticipated young male lead. And I was merely a tool to contrast the female lead's purity, frugality, and resilience. Soon, an ordinary, clean, and gentle female lead would use a box of cheap homemade cookies to heal the male lead's loneliness and the young master's prickly heart. In the end, the family of three would abandon all wealth and luxury, wearing cheap cotton tee- shirts, living a modest but happy life together. And I, the annoying, vicious side character, vain, extravagant, and selfish, would be abandoned, left with nothing, forced to live on the streets, and eventually die a miserable death in a filthy sewer, fighting rats for moldy bread. He pinched my palm until it turned white, my heart racing as I quickly calculated a plan. Lianci was one thing, our marriage was a business arrangement, a transaction based on mutual benefit. I wanted his fortune, he wanted my looks. Parting ways wouldn't be an issue, but Lu Xingyi was different. He was my own flesh and blood, carried for 10 months and raised by my own hand. Even if he had a terrible temper, I couldn't abandon him. I definitely couldn't let him follow the female lead and forget me completely. He coughed lightly, lowering my posture as I carefully tested the waters with my scowling son Xingyi. What if? And this is just hypothetical. Mommy and Daddy separate and don't live together anymore, and the family has less money. Would you be willing to live with Mommy? Lu Xingyi froze. Then his entire face turned red, like a kitten whose tail had been stepped on. He instantly jumped up, his anger maxed out. Divorce? He glared at me with wide eyes, his tone full of vigilance and fury. Zhang Nian, are you insane? Are you trying to secretly steal my New Year's money to support the young male celebrity you were staring at and tipping crazy amounts to yesterday? I'm warning you, don't even think about it, not a chance. His shout made my eardrums ache. I instinctively looked up, meeting the long, dark eyes of Liu Yanxi hidden behind his gold-rimmed glasses. The gentle, smiling gaze from moments ago was now an unfathomable abyss, cold and devoid of warmth. He took a step forward, his tall, oppressive figure looming. His long, cool fingers gently pinched the back of my neck. The pressure wasn't heavy, but it carried a terrifying dominance. His tone remained soft and coaxing, like soothing a child. Nyan, don't make trouble in front of the child, you'll upset him. Lu Xingyi huffed through the luxury boxes onto the sofa and ran upstairs, shouting as he went, I'm going to lock my piggy bank in the safe. I'll encrypt all my New Year's money into fixed deposits. You can forget about getting a single cent to support some pretty boy. The bullet comments instantly filled the screen, dripping with schadenfreude. The side character is just being self-important. Little Treasure is already sick of her vanity and can't wait to get away. The president looks calm, but he's already disgusted, just waiting for the right time to kick her to the curb. Still trying to fight for custody. Forget the rich life, her son won't even recognize her in the end. She deserves to live on the streets. My heart sank, and a chill ran down my spine. Without another word, I pushed Lu Yanke's hand away and forced a calm demeanor. I feel dizzy. I'm going to the bedroom to wash my face and cool down. Lu Yanka's brow twitched almost imperceptibly. His fingertips subconsciously rubbed the spot where he had pinched my neck, his eyes gleaming darkly. He fell silent, making no move to stop me. I rushed back to the master bedroom, collapsed onto the soft bed, and closed my eyes, desperately digesting all the information from the comments. I lifted the hem of my silk nightgown, looking at my well-maintained porcelain-smooth hands under the warm glow of the wall lamp. My French manicure was encrusted with tiny diamonds. Then, I imagined myself in a damp, filthy sewer fighting a pack of wild rats for a stale loaf of bread. I instantly broke out in goosenced, a wave of physical revulsion rushing to my head. I, Jong Nyan, have lived a life of luxury and privilege. Even if I die, I will die on a soft Simmons mattress covered in imported rose petals. I absolutely refuse to dig through garbage, squat in sewers, or live a poor, miserable life. I will not accept that kind of wretched death. After pondering for a long time, I finally made a decision and changed my survival strategy. Since the female lead wins over the father and son with her purity, frugality, and gentleness, I will do the exact opposite. I will completely overhaul my image, abandon all my gold-minus digging, vain habits, and adopt a frugal, humble, and simple lifestyle. I will be more economical, more sensible, and more considerate than the female lead. I won't give Lu Yanzi a single reason to freeze my cards or kick me out. They'll stabilize the situation until the finale, secretly save up a massive private stash, get a peaceful divorce, and walk away gracefully a free, wealthy, single socialite, perfectly avoiding that tragic ending. Just as I finished formulating my plan, the bathroom door opened slowly. Lu Yanzi walked out wearing a set of deep gray silk pajamas that clung to his body. His short black hair was damp, water droplets tracing a path down his cold, white neck before disappearing into the depths of his loosely buttoned collar, maximizing the sense of abstinence. The gold-rimmed glasses made him look scholarly and aloof, his noble aura oppressive. He looked up, saw me staring at him, habitually curled his lips into a gentle smile. He walked gracefully to the bedside, took out a high-quality velvet jewelry box from a hidden drawer in the nightstand, and spoke in a flat, doting tone. Had a temporary business trip to Europe yesterday, passing through an exclusive private auction. I saw this watch. The color and texture suited your skin tone perfectly, so I brought it back as a gift. He lifted the lid, revealing a limited edition, fully diamond encrusted Patek Philippe rusting inside. The diamonds were dazzling, hurting my eyes under the light. Clearly worth a fortune. In the past I would have screamed in excitement, pounced on him for kisses, and immediately posted photos all over social media to show off my wealthy husband's affection. But now, looking at this astronomical priced watch, all I could see were images of myself picking up plastic bottles in a sewer. I swallowed hard, then firmly pressed the box shut with one hand, my expression serious. No need. I don't want it. Lu Yan's movement paused slightly. Behind his gold-rimmed glasses, a dangerous glint flashed in his deep eyes, cold and fleeting. The next second, his smile remained gentle, his voice low and pleasant, like soothing a temperamental cat. What's wrong? Don't like the full diamond design? If you prefer a plain band, that's fine too. I'll have my assistant bring all the global watch catalogs tomorrow. You can pick whichever you like. It's not that I don't like it, I said, taking a deep breath to suppress the heartache. I forced a smile that suggested I had seen through the vanity of the world, my tone exceptionally sincere. Lu Yanzi, I've thought it through carefully. Our lives have been too extravagant and wasteful, too unstable. Diamond jewelry, famous watches, luxury cars, they are just ordinary carbon elements hyped up by capitalists. They are tacky, not worth the money, and a waste of wealth. Starting today, I am turning over a new leaf. I will quit luxury goods, manage the household frugally, live a good life, and not spend a single penny of wasted money. The huge, Luxurious master bedroom fell silent, so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The bullet comments scrolled wildly, filled with ridicule. Is the gold minus digger playing hard to get with reverse psychology? The acting is so fake? She spends 7 figures a month on skincare and medical aesthetics, yet she has the nerve to talk about frugality. Her skin is thicker than a city wall. The president is definitely disgusted internally, finding her act annoying. Just waiting for the autumn reckoning. My heart was tense, my palms sweaty. I looked up nervously, terrified he would see through my act and turn on me, freezing my assets. Yancey stared at me for several seconds. His eyes darkened unreadable. Finally, he let out a low chuckle, the smile not reaching his eyes. A sense of oppression lacing his gentle tone, frugality and household management. He leaned down, his warm breath brushing my ear. His voice lazy yet dangerous. Nyan, is it that you don't want to spend money? Or are you planning to find a new way to get more money from me? I stiffened, goosebumps erupting across my back. This man's mind was too sharp, he had almost seen through my little scheme. The bullet comments scrolled rapidly, reveling in the drama. Caught by the male lead on the spot, she stuck. Pretending to be frugal is useless, the male lead sees through her greedy nature. Hurry up and crash, hurry up and break. I want to see her packing her luggage and drolling out of the mansion tonight. I forced myself to steady my nerves, put on a serious face, and firmly closed the watch box, pushing it back into his arms. I'm not trying to find a new way to get money. I genuinely want to live a proper life. From now on, keep your money saved. Don't invest recklessly or spend wildly. Save wherever we can in the household. Calculate the costs of daily necessities carefully. I won't spend a single extra penny. I flipped over and lay down, pulling the covers over myself. If you don't believe me, just watch how we live. Early the next morning, true to my word, I called the luxury boutiques and returned all the necklaces, bags, and watches I had ordered, canceling every single order. Immediately after, I deleted all shopping apps from my phone, canceled my year minus long high minus and medical aesthetic appointments, and even stopped my daily socialite afternoon tea. The butler looked at me dazed and couldn't help but test the waters. Madam, should we still proceed with the daily delivery of high minus and fresh flowers? I waved my hand, expressionlessly switched to affordable pothos plants. They're cheap and hearty. Lu Xingyi, who had just come downstairs, overheard this. He frowned deeply and leaned in to touch my forehead. Mom, do you have a fever? Pothos absorbs formaldehyde and looks ugly. It doesn't match our living room's costs. I educated him seriously. Children shouldn't compare unnecessarily. Frugality is a good habit. We'll live a low-minus key life from now on. Lu Xingyi was choked by my words, standing there speechless. Soon, the bullet comments flashed, a warning. Here she comes. The female lead is at the door with her of minus-filled cookies. The male lead is about to soften his heart and despise the side character in comparison. The side character is finished this time, about to be crushed by the contrast and accelerated toward her exit. My heart tightened, and I immediately went to guard the entrance. Sure enough, 10 minutes later the doorbell rang. Standing outside was the female lead, Lin Wan, dressed in simple clothes with a clean, minimalist makeup, holding a box of homemade cookies, her smile gentle and unpretentious. President Liu, yo, master, hello. I just started my job at the company and happened to bake some cookies on my way. So, I brought some over to share. Her tone was humble and polite, her every move embodying the perfect redeemer persona. Wu Xingyi glanced at the cookies, his face full of disdain as his true violent nature surfaced. No preservatives, no butter, no cream. Dry and tasteless. Who the hell eats that crap? The room fell silent instantly. The gentle smile on the female lead's face froze, and she stood there awkwardly, at a loss. Lu Yancy stood to the side, a faint smile flashing in his eyes before quickly returning to calm. The bullet comments were collectively bewildered. Why isn't the young master touched? Shouldn't he be warmed by this? The plot is derailing. Why is the redemption script failing? Seeing this, I immediately stepped forward, politely took the cookies, and turned to head to the kitchen. Thank you for your trouble, miss. We appreciate the thought. I'll take these to share with the housekeeping ants so nothing goes to waste. With that, I closed the front door, politely sending the female lead on her way. The whole process was courteous and mild. Leaving no handle for criticism, the female lead stood frozen outside, utterly confused, and could only walk away in silence. Looking back, Lu Yanxi was watching me with a smile that was not quite a smile, quite efficient. I retorted calmly, frugality, politeness, basic decency. In the following days, I stuck to my guns: no luxury goods, no extravagance. 3 meals a day were home style, and my daily wear was simple and plain. I managed the household expenses meticulously. Not only did Lu Yanxi not freeze my black card, but he actively doubled my secondary card limit and reported all asset details to me. Lu Xingyi remained explosive day after day, but he stuck to me like glue, terrified I would mistreat myself. He even offered to take out his New Year's money for me to spend. The bullet comments went completely haywire. This isn't right. Why are the father and son doing a side character even more? The redemption arc has completely collapsed. The female lead is being sidelined. The source script is null and void. The side character has successfully countered her fate and secured her position as the wealthy madame. Watching the comments, I snickered inwardly. As expected, as long as I fixed my gold mine digging flaws and lived a stable life, firmly grasping the hearts of the father and son, my good days were firmly in my hands. No sewers, no streets, a lifetime of stability and enjoyment. A perfect rewrite of fate.